There I am. What's up, historians? Welcome back to another great episode. Historically Haunted VODCAST. We're in season 3. Of course, season 3 is sponsored by actor, trucker Donnie Green. If you guys remember his Pet Cemetery, he's the truck driver that ran over Gage when he was flying the kite. Get the baby! He sponsors the show. I'm also his booking agent. The truck's been refurbished. We're going to go visit it next week in Maine. He's coming down from Florida. We're going to go see the truck that was used, and I'm going to be the advocate for the truck and him too. So I'm starting to rub elbows with some good people here. So shout out to him for sponsoring the show. John Green Logistics Trucking Company, Donnie Green's crew at Bauer Green Logistics that he does, actually a real truck driver in Florida. And also sponsor of the week, another client of mine, the Wildwood Sanitarium in New York. It's an old school sanatorium. Brooke and her husband, Zach, and of course, Mama, Lori there, they all run it. And you can get tours of that. You can spend the night there. The Ghost Hunters have been there exploring with Josh. So thank you guys for the weekly sponsorship. Appreciate you guys very much. My guest, SCARLET SALEM. You guys probably don't know who that is. Maybe you do. I hope you do. A lot of you, horror movie fans should. She's been into the scene for a while. We're going to dive right into that. I ended up seeing Blind. I've seen Blind a couple of times, a movie she's in where she is blind, but the dude is mute, and there's a mask, and the fucking mask is freaky. So I ended up meeting her at Rock and Shock. Yes, that's her, guys. Keep it in your pants. But I ended up meeting her at Rock and Shock a couple of years back. And I went up, and I'm like, holy shit, SCARLET SALEM. And she's like, oh my God. So I get to meet her awesome, I think it's her husband, maybe her fiance. He's also a writer and producer. Joe, who I think he's jumping on. So fucking A, without further ado, what's up, Rachel? Rachel and John checking in from Seattle, Washington. What's up, guys? Brandon helped me load Annabelle up to the Warren Convention a couple weeks ago. Judy Spera and all them. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching. It's not about me. It's about Sarah French. SCARLET SALEM, but her real name, Sarah French.
Hello!
Oh, my goodness. This is killer. What's going on?
I gotta say, no one's called me SCARLET SALEM in a very long time.
I like
Only the true
shirt.
diehard, old school fans know that.
Yes. You got to know your shit, man. And everybody claims to be hardcore, but you've been in everything from American Satan to starring in Blind to the newest one, the brain fuck of a movie that I watched last night. That's a wrap. That's actually a movie inside of a movie. And one of my favorite, Tom Savini's is in it. He's like a god. So shit, real quick, before we even get going, everybody's chiming in. Hey, everybody. How are you? How are you physically and mentally from filming?
Well, mentally, I mean, are any of us sane? Physically, I'm doing great. I'm very, been keeping very busy. And today I had a successful blood drawn at the doctor's today. I didn't pass out, so that was a good thing.
Oh shit! Oh, look at you, pass out horror movie girl up there with stalkers and shit, and she can't take a needle. It's always the way.
It's so funny when people find out that I'm I'm definitely afraid of needles. I can't do it. They freak me out.
Yeah, no tattoos. I don't see any tattoos, huh? No nope. Shit.
And then you got Joe, my boyfriend. He's just sleeves, chest, legs,
big old beard. I remember the teddy bear, that motherfucker. Yeah, he's good. And I want to get into all of it, but I like to start from the beginning. That's what I do on my show. So I want to ask you, Sarah. Growing up in Minnesota, I did my homework. Born in April.
Aww.
Oh yeah. What got you into this? Was there acting in your family? Did you have an invitation to come out west or
No, I'll tell you. Nobody I knew worked in the industry. I didn't have friends, family, nothing.
No shit.
But it all started from my love of horror films. That's kind of where it all started. I was 5 years old when I saw my first horror film. That was Child's Play. Oh, and when I saw that, I was just I needed more. Because I grew up in a household. They were, my mom was very religious, a single mom. So our grandma would babysit us a lot. And she took us to the video store, back in the day when you had VHS, you had the cool covers and everything. I miss those days.
There's nothing like a video store. No, you're right.
No, streaming. I mean, it's such a different world now. But, they had so much cool artwork with horror films. And I was just drawn to it. And the Child's Play cover, I think it was the one where it was Chucky's eye and then the apartment building when it was first released. Maybe it was that one. I can't remember.
Yes. Yes, because he threw the mother out the fucking 3-story window of the apartment building. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I saw
Whoa.
that when we went in, and I was saying to my sister, because my mom didn't let us watch any of this kind of stuff. She wouldn't even let us watch people kissing on TV. I mean, come on. But I get it,
Religious, I get it. Yeah.
My grandmas are cool, and they want their grandkids to be happy. So I talked to my sister. I was like, all right, we got to talk grandma into renting this movie for us because it looks freaking awesome. And then we were able to talk her into it, which I think she always knew what it was, but she was just kind of playing it. She didn't know, one of those things.
But fucking Sarah, most girls are looking at Little Mermaid type shit
I
or
know.
like E.T. or nothing wrong with that stuff either. But there's Sarah looking at, oh my God, this dude's got a knife. Let's get it.
But I think what the thing is when your parents tell you no to something, you want to do the opposite. And that's what I wanted,
Yeah. And look where it's gotten you. Shit.
So I watched Child's Play, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, oh my God, I want more. So we did what we could to rent, any cool title we could, the 5-day, $5, deal you could get at the video store. And I just immersed myself in the horror world. And that's really all I ever wanted to watch.
You got to admit, though, Sarah, back then, it was almost shunned upon or taboo. The redheaded stepchild of film was, horror movie. But now it's almost, of course, with Mike Myers dying and all that big shit. I think it's finally getting glorified a little bit. Rob Zombie doing shit. So I think it's come a long way.
Well, and with horror conventions, the fans are just they're everywhere, and they're so supportive, and it's such a wonderful thing. It's a really great community, and I love that. And that's kind of where I got my start into acting. I started modeling first, and then this was probably when I was in my early 20s. I was at a metal concert because I was always a horror metal goth.
It's kind of hand in hand, yeah.
I had the black hair with red, and all that kind of typical stuff. And I had a photographer come up to me at a concert, and he was like, I really love your look and this and that. And I was like, who is this creeper? He gave me his card. And then a few months later, I found the card, and I was like, I'm going to give this a shot. So I contacted him and set up a shoot, and I fell in love with it because I was very shy growing up. I was, kind of an outcast, and I didn't have a lot of friends, but I think once I got into modeling and then I started working out a lot and I gained a lot more confidence in myself, the world just opened up for me. And it was such an amazing thing. Plus, I was going to college for criminal justice at the time.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know that, Sarah. Holy shit, really?
Yeah. I mean, when you're in high school, back in the day, I'm aging myself, late 90s. Well, I graduated 2000. Okay, I'll say it there. But late 90s, the school was always about, you need to figure out what you want to do when you get out of high school or else you're a loser. It kind of felt like that. So they kind of pressured you into figuring out what you want to do. And I was like, I'm really interested in the criminal mind and what makes them tick and, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So I was like, I'm going to try for criminal justice. Why not? And I learned a lot about people, while in college for criminal justice. So I think that's really helped me progress in the field of acting because it's being an actor is really based on relationships and being able to, relate to people and talk to people. And I think that's really helped me over the years, taking those classes. So it wasn't for nothing.
No.
But I didn't finish my degree, unfortunately. But that's when I got into acting. In 2006, there was this forum online. It was through MySpace, I think. Yes, way back in the day. It was through MySpace, and it was this filmmaker in St. Paul, Minnesota. There was a casting call for this girl that really fit me, and it was a short horror film, and I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds amazing. I've been watching these horror films for so long. I've been watching Jamie Lee Curtis, and all the great scream queens and everything. I'm like, I gotta give this a shot. This sounds like so much fun. And again, that was when I was starting to open up more, and I was more confident. And a lot changes when you're in your 20s, once you get out of high school, you start learning more and more and more about yourself and figuring out what you want in life. And, you know, I'm still trying to figure out what I want in life. Let's be honest. No.
but I mean to not really have it, because most people have some sort of background, like their aunt was something, not everybody, but and to be from Minnesota and just take a chance and go out west to model and then start acting, it's a gamble, right? I mean, you didn't have you had your thing to fall back on, but
Well, yeah, but I don't know. It just when I did that short horror film called Pajama Party Massacre, I met Joe Nutter, my boyfriend, and that's kind of where it all started. That's where we started as friends. We didn't get together till a few years after, and a few films after. We just, you know, really connected, and you know, he's so funny and he's so talented, and we just
is he right there?
We just hit it off.
Bring him on. Have him sit next to you. There's plenty of fucking room.
I know he can't. He's been in business meetings all day, and he actually has another one. So unfortunately, Joe can't make it today. But we'll have to do it again sometime.
Oh, you heard it here, guys. It's live. She's gonna come back with Joe. You heard it. So that's an amazing story. Obviously, I mean, not everything went as planned all the time, but you stuck it out, obviously. And I looked at your IMDb. I'm like, holy shit. I mean,
well, and that's and that's the thing. Like, you know, I don't talk about this often, but I've never had an agent or a manager. I've gotten all my gigs on my own because every gig has led me to the next. I'm a go-getter. I'm very professional. I show up on time. I come prepared. That all makes such a big difference when you're working in the film industry, because there's so many people that want to be doing this, but they don't have that work ethic or mindset that you need when you're, you know, doing this kind of business. You have to just, I mean, it's been a really wonderful journey, and you know, a lot has happened since I started.
That's pretty amazing, because I've watched a couple of podcasts and shit. You were on a couple of interviews or whatever and I didn't really get, I mean, that whole thing of you like going to the video store at 5 years old and picking out fucking Chucky, Child's Play, whatever. That's pretty cool. I like that.
I got a guest for you.
Oh, bring it on. We got some people real quick commenting. What's up, Jay? Oh shit, you got him. Of course you did. Oh, that's fucking amazing.
Good guy.
That's it. He's the one that got you in, really. He's my little good guy. Little Charles Ray. Oh my God.
My little good guy buddy.
Get out of here. Of course you do, Sarah. That really don't fucking shock me. It does, but it shouldn't.
Joe actually got that. Joe got me that for my birthday. I think it was 2 years ago or last year.
He knows I love the time. So you don't just live it. You do. You don't just act, but you literally live it. You're a horror fan first, really. An actress second.
Yeah, 100%. Like once I started watching horror films, I just immersed myself in that world, and I love being scared. And the nice thing about acting in horror films too, I mean, I don't just do horror films. I did a space adventure film that came out this year called Space Wars: Quest for the Deep Star.
Quest for Deep Star.
That one's a lot of fun. You definitely have to check that out. I do all my own stunts in that, and you know, I get to play an awesome badass in that. But you know, I do just about everything. But horror it's something really special to me, and I love that you can play all these different kinds of characters within that horror film. I mean, you can play, you know, there's drama, there's you know, action, there's horror, there's so
comedy.
many, there's comedy,
Evil Dead,
there's
comedy,
so many different facets within a horror film that I think is really amazing, and that you can really just play with any kind of genre within that.
Fucking well said. I mean, perfectly said by Sarah French herself. I mean, you couldn't write a better dialogue. So I'm going to ask you, I want to tickle your brain here a little bit and find out where I did a little research. I couldn't really find the origin of Scarlet Salem. Is there something behind that? Someone you knew named Scarlet? You love Salem, Massachusetts?
Well, where that name came from, I could just start from there, is when I first got into modeling. And this was back in, I think, 2005, because I modeled for like a year. And then that's when I got Pajama Party Massacre, which was in 2006. But in 2005, my very first photographer, he did a lot of like Playboy Playmates and things like that. He shot for them. And he told me, he said, you know, that's that's something what a lot of models do is they go by a stage name. And I had no idea. I've never modeled, I never acted, I didn't know anyone in either fields. And I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. You know,
Yeah.
maybe I'll give that a shot. And he helped me come up with that, actually, because he knew I was a horror girl and I loved, the dark side of everything. And so SCARLET is the color of inside like a coffin.
Oh, no shit.
Like the back, like if you watch a vampire film, you'll see old school coffins. It has the scarlet color, like a deep dark red.
Yeah.
And then Salem, because Salem, Massachusetts.
Yeah, of course. Which I love
to death. I love Salem, and I can't wait to go back there. I miss it so much.
That was my question. Do you go? I mean, even you must live in LA now, right, or whatever?
Yeah. I moved. Joe and I moved to LA in 2015, and we used to do Rock and Shock, which is where I met you, Adam. And I miss Rock and Shock so much.
Dude, you were so awesome. You signed my picture. You put what you put? You put to Adam. Thanks for the love, Scarlett Salem. And I think you put Sarah French underneath it. But like you came up, you took a selfie with me. Like there was no rock star-itis going on.
Never.
I think no, there really isn't with those people. I think no.
I'm grateful to be doing what I'm doing, and I'm so grateful for my fans and friends and people that support me in any way, renting my films, showing support, sharing. Like I appreciate that so much more than anyone ever knows. So thank you.
It's a modest girl from Minnesota, guys. Go Vikings, you fucking bastard. See that? That's awesome.
But getting back to Salem, Joe and I went there a few times when we would do Rock and Shock. That was kind of like our thing. We would go to Salem, and then we actually went up to Maine, and we did the Stephen King tour.
SK Tours.
Yes.
Shut the front door. That's 45 minutes from me. I live between Bangor and Mount Katahdin, the Appalachian Trail in Maine, where the squirrels are running the electricity. That's why
I'm so jealous. I love Maine so much. Like I love the East Coast so much. That's literally like for the longest time it was like Joe and my second home was in the East Coast. It's
kind of like beautiful. Minnesota. It's dark and cold and wintry.
Well, and for those who don't know, in Minnesota, actually the city I graduated in, Anoka, Minnesota, that is the Halloween capital of the world.
I've heard of that. That's a Native American name too. It's named after that town.
Oh, really?
And you guys claim to have Paul Bunyan. We have Paul Bunyan in Maine, but Minnesota claims him too. There's a little beef with Minnesota. So you came to Maine, you came to Bangor, and you went to Stephen King's house. You saw the spider fence and shit.
Oh, hell yeah. And we did the tour, which was one of the coolest freaking things ever. And I talk about that tour all the time. So anyone that's like, oh, we're going to the East Coast, we're going to Maine, I said, you have to go to Stephen. You have to see Stu at the
Stu. He runs it.
Yes, you have.
Real quick though, just because he's almost my competition, I started a tour thing too.
You did?
Well, because I go beyond that.
You do the haunted stuff too.
Well, yeah. Hannibal Hamlin was America's first vice president to Abraham Lincoln. He was shot and killed by J. Edgar Hoover in Bangor. And he's buried at Mount Hope, where Stephen King played the Reverend in Pet Cemetery. So I go to that. I go to Gage's grave. So I do it too, but I like Stu. I've talked to them, and I'd actually like to work for them because they know their shit. And so you saw the big white water tower standpipe. You saw that.
Yes, I
the
saw
Pennywise
it.
drain.
And we went to the Pet Cemetery house.
Yes, in Hancock, Maine.
Yes, and they have the sign "Children at Play" on the road.
Someone stole it. It's gone. I went this summer. It's gone. Someone stole it. They have thieves that steal it. Yeah, it's middle of nowhere. People have replicas. But to me, you're going to steal it and show it off. They're going to know you stole it. So that's dumb. But yeah, it's gone.
I got to say, that's a bummer. And why do people have to suck? Come on. Keep it for all of us. Like, dude, like that is.
Hey, Scarlett, you mind if I smoke? I have a med card. Is it cool?
I don't give a shit. Well, if you can smoke, then I can swear.
Yeah, sweet girl. Yeah, of course. So I want to talk. We're going to dive all around it. We still got about a half hour left, but I want to talk about your newest one because I think I watched it. It's fucking hype. I want a hard copy of it. I want to. That's a wrap.
We are working on because it just came out. That's a wrap. Just came out in I think it was
October.
No. Oh yeah. What?
It's been a long year for you, Sarah.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm thinking Space Wars because that came out this year too. But yes, That's a Wrap came out October 1st. And we are hoping to get like DVDs later next year. We're going to push for that because we're huge fans of physical media. And so we really want to get DVDs or Blu-rays or something because we have a lot of great behind the scenes, put some cut scenes in there, and and I'm a big fan of physical media, so we're going to push for that next year. But we have to wait for.
Have you and Joe sign my copy when I get it?
You're damn right we will.
Oh, of course. I swear to God, you guys check out Sarah French. You see her at a Paracon. You do any this year at all? You didn't have time.
Yeah, we did. We did one, and that was to promote That's a Wrap. But we did Days of the Dead in LA.
Oh, no shit. That's a big one. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, we did that one. And yeah, we haven't really done much. But I think once more stuff starts coming out, we're going to definitely want to do some more, especially on the East Coast, because I love the East Coast.
Historically haunted booking. I'm a booker too. And I can get you I just went to the Salem Con in Salem, Massachusetts, Salem State University, my first time speaking on stage. Their third one next year. I'm in with the owner. They need celebrities. They had the girl and guy from Friday the 13th and one of the girls from Silent Night, Deadly Night. She was also in Cannonball Run.
Cool.
I have her on Facebook. I should know her name, but I'm still stuck on talking to Sarah fucking French here. So let's talk about Tom Savini. He gave you some props after the film. You get to chill with Tom, huh? That's a legend right there.
Tom is the best. Well, he saw Blind. Like Joe and I have known Tom for years. One of our good friends is like really good friends with him. So we all have, met. We actually, we lived with one of our good friends, Rob, and he would come and stay. So Tom Savini would come stay with all of us for like a week.
He's just like an uncle, like Bill Murray does. Just hang out at parties. Are you?
Let me tell you, he makes the best homemade pizza ever.
You heard it here first, historians. Tom Savini, the pizza chef. Well, he's Italian, fucking A.
Yeah, exactly. He's great, and he would come in. We would be watching a movie in the screening room, and he would open the door, and he would like throw like a flash of like a flash paper or something. It's for magic tricks, and he would just throw it in, and we would all just be like, ah!
Oh my God, he don't stop. Oh my God.
Because he's also a magician too. So he's like huge into that, and he's awesome. So yeah, we were able to get him a fun part on That's a Wrap, and yeah, it was really great. He played a perfect manager, douchey manager.
He's got that appeal. I can see him. I'm so sorry. Everybody's checking in. They're all saying earlier about your Cray. Rachel King, Candle Witch Candles in Connecticut makes her own candles and shit, and makes them out of like puts tree birch in them and little goodies.
Oh, how cool is that? And I bet they smell amazing.
Oh my fucking God! Yes, pardon my language. Well, you don't care. You swear too. Jay Hill, Studio 6 Paranormal Podcast. Everybody's checking in. I'm sorry, guys. I'm talking to like an awesome actress that I've been wanting to talk to for a while. What's up?
I love doing paranormal haunted stuff too.
Well, okay,
that's talk all day about that.
I want to have some fun questions real quick. We'll get into that, but I want to have a fun. What is Sarah French's bucket list? Give me one for America and one for like England or something that you need to go that you haven't. New Orleans or something, Gettysburg.
Been there. Gettysburg, I haven't. Are you saying like haunted stuff wise or just
well, either or. Give me a couple, I guess. I always try to give people a bucket list. They always say Transylvania and shit.
Oh yeah, well for sure. But I'm big into nature, so I love hiking, and I'm constantly posting about being out in nature and all that. I do want to go to the Redwoods, Northern California. That's on my bucket list for sure. And overseas wise, obviously
the castles.
Obviously Dracula's castle. I've been overseas a few times, and I saw some castles in Germany. Neuschwanstein, which is the castle based on Disney based their castle off that one. I've been there, and it's amazing. Wow. It's so pretty.
Wow. Cobblestone streets of Germany. Wild.
Yeah, I love traveling. I went to Puerto Rico actually 2 years ago to shoot a movie, and I was literally living there for 3 weeks on this island called VODCAST, and it was just one of the most beautiful islands. There were wild horses, there were wild pigs, there were wild cats, dogs, chickens, roosters, you name it. They ran the island. The animals ran the island. And every night at 5 o'clock, if I wasn't shooting, I would go down to the water and the rocks would come to life. And it was hermit crabs.
Oh, that's fucking amazing.
Thousands of hermit crabs. The rocks, literally, you look down at the ground and it came to life. Like it all started moving. It was one of the coolest things.
What?
I would bring them apples and spinach because that's good for them.
You really are a witch. You're an earth witch, like my girlfriend Heather would say from Witch and Life Guide. She's an earth witch. You believe in the animals and you believe in helping the nature. And even though you're into the horror and you're into slashers and you're into fucking making out with dudes that wear masks and movie Blind, what a fucked up that mask that dude wears is like a human mask. If you guys have seen Blind, you look up Blind. There's a bunch of Blinds. Go on Tubi and type in Blind.
Yes, please check out Blind. Blind is more of a drama with horror elements. It's a very beautiful 70s style slow burn. I loved playing Faye. It was such a special role for me. And that film is the one where Joe, myself, and Marcel Walls, our really good friend and director, that's where our journey began. And now we have a production company together.
He directed this one too.
And That's a Wrap is the first film from our production company.
Oh, shut the front door. Really? Yeah. Congratulations, girl.
Thank
Damn.
you.
That's fucking from a girl from Minnesota, like you said, man. You didn't know. You just rolled the dice. I keep on beating that drum because I want people to realize that you don't need to live in LA to be.
That's the thing. You can't be afraid to just step outside the box. And it's hard. Like I grew up in a town of 3,000 people, a farming community. I grew up on a farm a lot of my childhood. That's why I'm so damn tough and stubborn.
Grit.
And I got that farming work ethic. Like I'm a very hard worker. And, that's really helped me in this industry. I'm not afraid to get dirty. And
everything you've done has been earned. It's not been
damn
given
right.
at all. Well, seriously.
Well, thank you. And if you watched That's a Wrap, my character Harper, she's very much like me. I literally practically played myself in that film.
I watched that one thing. There was a thing on YouTube where you walk up to the guy and you will go politely go fuck yourself. And I forget what movie that was. And I got to watch that next. I watch a collage of you on YouTube. And that's where I saw you in the bar scene when you talked about that guy on the Quest movie, the spaceship.
Yes.
Finally, I'm like, what a diverse actress. I mean, 1 second you almost got me crying when you told the dude you loved him, the fucking maniac in Blind. I think I love you. And you touch him. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well,
I'm going to cry.
The fun thing, because awesome. I didn't know it was him.
No,
I play a blind woman, and I don't know that. I don't want to give anything away.
Oh, it's good. It's good. You're the leading. I mean, it's wild.
Like I said, that role in particular was very special to me because I went all in. I mean, even 2 weeks after filming that movie, I was crying in the bathtub. I was looking. I wasn't looking. I was searching in the cupboard, just not looking because I was so involved in that character. I mean, Joe wrote such a beautiful script. He wrote such a great script and gave me so much to work with. And I felt it through and through. And that's really where I feel like, I've grown a lot over, like, you watch one of my, first handful of movies, you're going to be like, holy shit, that doesn't even, like, there's no comparison. And that's what you want. You want to just keep growing, keep getting better, keep, being picky and choosy with what you're taking because, you're building something. So, I turned down a lot of stuff, but I need to make sure it's going to help me and help me grow. If it's, I want to play characters I've never played before. There's a lot of things that I look at when I'm choosing a role, but I just want to keep bettering myself and, keep moving up. I need to make a progression, and that's
smart.
That should be anybody in life. You should always want to just keep doing better for yourself, keep, doing new things and thinking outside the box. Cause we have one life to live. Live it up, do the things that scare you That's my biggest takeaway of, you know, life in general. Do things that scare you. Because you just never know where you could go with that. So yeah.
You think the 5-year-old girl knew that you'd be in a fucking movie one day, killing people, getting killed, all these fucking horror movie shit? You think the 5-year-old girl knew
but
that?
If she did, she'd be like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's go on this ride, girl. Linda Bernier from Seattle says, pretty gal. I don't think she's talking to me. It must mean you. Hello, my glorious weirdos. What's going on? Relaxing, everybody checking in. Appreciate you guys. We got about 15 people watching or so here in and out. I get on YouTube tomorrow, too. It'll be on there. I'm sharing the shit out of it, so they always tune in towards the end.
You're amazing, and I will, too.
Oh, that's cool. And you know what? That really sticks with me because I don't know if you know my story or not, but I got in a car accident after my mom passed away right before Corona, and I died for 38 seconds. They paddled me back to life in Scarborough, Maine. You must know Scarborough by Old Orchard Beach, maybe? Right before Portland.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay, right before Portland. The dude got away. They never found him to this day. I got rejuvenated back, and ever since then, now I'm a booking agent, right? I have my own podcast sponsored by an actor. I do tours, and I charge $100 a tour, and I get it. And it's like, I guess
I love that.
I love that. I appreciate that because that means a lot. I was fucking dead, right to dead. I got no one. I got my girl. I don't have any kids. My mom's passed away, and I'm not gonna make this about me, but I feel like what you said resonated with me because I have the right to be hanging from a noose, man. I've been suicidal, but at the same time, look at me, mom. I'm a fucking that's
exactly.
Sarah French, amazing guys. You don't know her, you need to follow up on her. IMBD her stuff. Check her out. Don't be gropey on Facebook or nothing. I do want to bring on real quick. Can you see that's a wrap?
Yay! Yes. Or wait, is that my Facebook? Yeah, that's my Facebook.
Yes, it is. But I wanted to show this stuff.
Yay! Yeah, and it just hit Tubi, so we're really excited about that. So you can watch it free everywhere. It's on Freevee as well. It's on Amazon. This was a very fun and special project for us.
That killer, the chick with the blonde hair, and she kills him, and then he fucking cuts off his dick and throws it. Oh, I don't want to. Oh my god! And then he bounces off her face, a big black. Oh my god! I'm like, this is fucking awesome. That's why the humor comes in. It still sucks, but it's remotely funny, right? Like, I don't want to give it away.
And with this script, we really wanted to. We're all horror fans. Like all of us are horror fans, Joe, Marcel, and I. And, you know, we were like, you know what, let's do our own thing. Because if you want something done, you have to do it yourself. And if you want to grow, you got to just try new things. So we're like, you know what, we're going to start our own production company. We're going to be in charge because we've been doing this so long. We've learned so much along the way. Fuck it. We are going to do it. And we're going to try to reap as many benefits from it as possible.
You book yourself anyway. You do it all yourself. You're a DIY girl.
Exactly.
Why not?
Exactly. That's like, I try to tell people that, you know, you just try your own thing. You'd be surprised at what you can really accomplish. And you got to put a lot of work in, but as long as you're okay with that, I say go for it.
Oh, the rewards are so amazing. The feeling you get when you succeed. Are you kidding me?
It is. And that film came out, like I said, just this October. We shot it last year, and now we have another film called Garden of Eden. That one is, we literally just had industry cast and crew screening for it like last week, and it went over amazing. Everyone was very
I can see it in your face.
It's a completely different film from That's a Wrap. That's a Wrap is more of a 80s, 90s style slasher, fun, gory, you know, nudity, sex, like everything you want in a horror film, we have it in That's a Wrap. Whereas Garden of Eden is it's very dark. We like to call it our religious family film. It's
really? No,
it's completely different. It's very, so that's what we want to do with our production company. Every project we do, we want it to be different because we want to keep people guessing and wanting more and more. So it's great. We're very excited about it. And we're going to be hitting the film fest circuit pretty soon with it. and we are, looking for the right home. And it's a very special film, so we want to make sure we give it a really good home.
Oh, all right. I know I'm not your agent, but I'll definitely keep it. If I hear anything, like I told Marlon Taylor, I had him as a guest a couple weeks ago. He's the black kid from the Losers Club in the beginning, the first one. I said, if there's anything in New England, man, I'd love to if I get a chance to just meet you guys for free, I'll hook you up if I can find some sort of something. It seems to be working. I'm gonna roll the dice. You're a New England girl at heart anyway, so there's got to be something I could figure out.
Yeah, like I said, we love the East Coast, and I mean, we're working constantly, and we're actually in the middle of something as we speak. We haven't even talked about it yet, and I'm not going to say much, but we're going to be announcing something later next month. So keep your eyes and ears peeled.
So what is the name of this? Do you have a Facebook or a website?
No, it's just our individual Facebooks. You can find us: Joe Netter, Sarah French, Marcel Walls.
Tell Joe to send a friend request. I've sent it like 4 months ago. He's a busy dude. He's a busy cat. Yeah. But I'd love to have him on. He's a writer. He produces and stuff. Does he act at all? I didn't really see him in the movie. Did I miss him?
Are you talking about Joe?
Did a guest appearance at all? I didn't see him. I looked for him. You can't miss that
Joe.
beard.
No, you're talking about my guy, Joe.
Yeah, he do a guest appearance. Yeah. I didn't see him.
He does fun things every now and then in movies, but he's first and foremost writer, and then producer, and writing is his thing. Like, he loves it, and he's so good at it. And he wrote That's a Wrap, Garden of Eden, and something coming up.
Oh, I love it. Sarah French, full of little surprises. We got 20
There's always something brewing. There's always something new. And I'm always online talking about new projects and pushing things. And I love to interact with the fans and the friends. And it's so much fun.
I think I hit you up in September. I'm like, hey there. I said, I don't know if you remember me from Rocket Chalk. And she goes, I believe so. And I sent you the picture. You go, oh, absolutely.
Yep.
And then I'm like, can you come on? She's like, I'm right in the middle of filming, but give me a couple of months. So I said, oh, shit. So I did. And you're just like, yeah, sounds good. I'm like, no hesitation, no weird, talk to my manager, none of that shit. Very humble, very decent. No, that's cool. Big heart. Big heart.
Well, thank you.
Well, seriously, girl, you don't have to do this shit. I'm in some fucking, with 20 minutes to go, let's have some fun. What does Sarah French do after she gets done a big shoot for like a meal? What's your lobster, steak?
Oh my God. I'm actually vegetarian.
Really? Vegan? Oh, my bad. I should do some more research. That's my fucking bad, idiot.
No. Oh, please. I don't know. I'm very simple. Like, I can't think of anything, but I like making my own homemade soup.
Oh,
because cool. I'm very health conscious. Yep. And I like to incorporate, all kinds of different vegetables, and it's the soup I make. It's low fat, low carb, high protein. Yeah, I'm big into health and fitness because, I have to be ready. If I have a film that, pops up and I have to be ready in 2 weeks and I got to do some, action stuff or whatever, I have to be ready. So
that's smart. Wow, what a fucking machine, girl. Holy shit.
Always.
I'm gonna get
every day. Like, if you follow me online, every day I'm posting, something about being on the trails. I hike all the time.
You're very woods oriented. I'm very nature-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, I love hiking, and it's always really cool when you get to see wild animals while you're hiking.
What a trip.
People don't think about that, but California is a really beautiful state, and you can find a lot of nature and beauty in LA. Like Griffith Park, it's one of the biggest parks in the United States.
Wow.
And it's so big, it's so vast. There's so many different trails. There's so many different trails all over. And it helps center me, like being out in nature, because this is such a high stress job that we have, a high stress career. And you have to try to just be one with yourself and be able to just center yourself. Because what we do is very stressful. And so being out in nature really helps calm me, and it keeps me just feeling really good.
See, that's the difference. And I'm not saying you don't party, and you probably do, but a lot of them, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, they go out there and they booze and strip clubs, and all that's fine and good, but they do it 5-6
You
days a
can't.
week.
And I gotta tell you,
you gotta ground yourself.
Yes. The one nice thing about moving here, when Joe and I moved here, which was in 2015, we've already been in the industry. I mean, Joe was in the industry long before me even.
No
so
shit.
he's been doing this a long time and meeting a lot of people over the years and making connections. I moved out here when I was older. So I think I wasn't like the party stage. I never even really had a big party stage, to be honest.
No shit.
I'm not a huge partier. I drink every now and then. I like to have a glass of wine, you know, once, twice a week, something like that. I'm very just chill.
Yeah.
I'm very chill. I'm very, you know, go with the flow. I'm a Taurus, so I'm very grounded. I like being at home and just being in peace and quiet. And that's like one of my favorite things is just, you know, to be able to sit here, cuddle up with a blanket and, you know, watch some crazy horror film.
It does say, you know, sounds really good. You like binge watch someone getting their throat slit. It's like, oh, having a hot cocoa and marshmallows.
Yes. Playing with my snake Eden.
You got a snake?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we got. She's a 4-foot ball python, and she's 3 years old, and she's literally the sweetest thing ever. I never knew I could love a snake as much as I do. And we actually got her for our film Garden of Eden. We got her for our film Garden of Eden. And so she has a nice little fun role in the film. And
I can't wait. I'm fucking stoked. I can't wait. I've seen American Horror. I'm not American Horror Story. I'm American Satan. I did watch Amityville, the murders, Amityville murders. I didn't know you were in that. I don't know if I watched it.
Both those films are just super tiny parts, but
you were a waitress in the American Horror.
I was really, you know, grateful to be a part of it and working with, you know, all those wonderful people and
just a little notch under the belt. But you got blind.
Well, the Amityville thing was really cool because that story, that one was a special one because that one that they were trying to it was there because you know there's thousands of Amityville movies out there that are not the real Amityville.
Yeah,
they're just crazy, you know, whatever. But that one they were really trying to be as close to the story as possible.
Yes,
which made it that much more special because they even made the house that we were shooting in look like the house in the original film.
Ooh.
Which was really cool because you walk in, you got the staircase and the, you know, the dining areas and the living room, and that was a really cool shoot.
Not to cut you off because I mean I just want to talk about this. I know time's getting low, but you said earlier that you do believe in the paranormal though. You believe in ghosts and spirits and
I've actually been to the Amityville house.
Oh, high hopes.
I haven't been in it. But Joe and I took a trip when we were out east, and we went to Amityville, and I think we went to it twice actually. But the neighbors, if you ever go visit it, the neighbors they hate it. They hate the history of it because people constantly go there, and they're, you know, so just watch out for the neighbors. That's all I have to say about that. But it was really cool. It was really cool. Like, holy shit, this is where it all started.
I'll pull up and they'll come out. What are you doing here? I'll say, Sarah French said I could come over. Who's the? Yeah, check out her and Joe said, yeah, come on right up. Pull right up. Grab a seat. So, have you had an experience with a ghost? Have you ever? Now we're talking. What do you?
Yeah, well, I've always been interested in the paranormal. I was actually interested in the paranormal, I think, before I started watching horror films, because my mom, she was always interested in the paranormal, and I think I got that from her. We would go to the library and, you know, you got kids 3, 4, 5 years old. They would be, you know, getting Disney princess books and, you know, shit like that. And I was getting paranormal books.
You're the oddball.
even in like kindergarten, I remember because you're around my age, I think. You had like
44.
You pull out a drawer. And then you go through like the little index thing, the index cards, and you pick out the card.
Yes.
So I would always look for like ghosts and paranormal and stuff. And In kindergarten, those are the books I'd be renting.
Red flags.
But I love it. Getting back to the my own experiences, Joe and I, we used to do our own kind of amateur ghost hunting.
Oh.
And we would go to, depending on if we were filming in that area or if we had a horror convention or something, we would see, what's in the area that we can visit. But this particular one, we took a completely separate trip. We went from Minnesota, we went to St. Louis.
Oh.
What hotel is that?
Oh, in St. Louis, Missouri.
A famous haunted hotel.
Is it one of the ones that the old Westerns went to? Because that's part of the old West, right? Like Wyatt Earp and shit?
Maybe. It'll come back to me. Anyway, from there, we went to Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky. Do you know what's there?
Oh, of course you challenged me. I'm stoned right now. I know it's a Kentucky Derby. It's the Kentucky Derby. That's not it. Kentucky. Isn't there a jail there? Isn't there a prison?
Close.
Wah, wah, wah.
No, you're close. There's a sanitarium there.
Oh.
Waverly Hills.
Waverly Hills Asylum. Isn't that where they shot Shawshank Redemption or something? Or fucking...
No, that's a different... Did they shoot? Okay, I'm brain fart. No.
You know your shit, though. That's
they shot that.
Waverly Hills.
They shot that in the Midwest somewhere. I can't remember.
You're right.
But yeah, we went to Waverly
Sarah,
Hills
you know your shit. I have a lot of friends from Waverly Hills and shit that might be watching this later. So sorry, guys. I should have guessed that right. I fucking blew it.
If you ever make it down that way, you have to go there because if you don't believe in anything, you go there, you will leave a believer.
Wow.
Trust me. Like we saw a few things throughout the night because we did an 8-hour overnight investigation starting at midnight, ending at 8 a.m. And we had a handful of things happen. But the biggest thing that night was on the 5th floor. That's where the children's wing was. And there's a spirit that lives up there called Timmy. It's a little kid. His name is Timmy. And he likes to play with like toys, balls especially. It was the end of the night. We were up there. And the people that were investigating the sanitarium at the same time, we all kind of went up there. There was only a handful of us, which was really cool.
That is cool.
We went there, and at that time, all of our cell phones, cameras, everything dead. They were all dead at that point because it was, it was a super long night. And we went up there at I think it was 5:30 in the morning. Our guide came up there and he started talking to Timmy, and we were trying to get him to come out and play. Timmy. Well, he puts the ball, he gives it room from us to where the ball was, and he puts it in the middle of the room. There's no windows or anything open. It's all closed. And he put a flashlight by it because they say for a lot of, as I'm sure you know, for a lot of spirits to manifest, they need to pull from energy somewhere.
Energy, yeah.
And that was the flashlight. So then we would talk to this, to Timmy, and the flashlight would kind of go in and out. And then once it started doing that, the ball started moving. So the ball moves from, I would say, a good foot to the left, and it moved a 1.5 feet to the right. And that was one of the most wild things I've ever seen in my life.
Wow, you're fucking hardcore.
And we actually think something followed us from there back to Minnesota.
You must have rocks. You must burn sage, I bet. You're into that shit too, I bet, no?
No, I don't. But we've had friends.
Wow.
We don't ghost hunt anymore just because it's actually very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do it right to be safe.
Thank you. Yeah.
But I don't really do it anymore. But I still enjoy going to these places. I just don't, Oh, I'll tell you another thing after this, but yeah, on our drive home, we were listening to the recordings we were doing that night. We were trying to see if we got any EVPs.
Yeah.
So we plug our recorder into the speaker into the car, and we're all driving. There's 4 of us. All of a sudden we're driving, and then we hear a "Get out."
Oh,
like
shit.
One of the creepiest EVPs I've ever gotten.
Oh.
And that room was like, I believe that was the 2nd floor in the surgical room, because that they did a lot of really weird experiments back in the day. Because the history of Waverly Hills is it was a tuberculosis
It's
hospital.
a hard, yeah.
So thousands of people died. They have something there called a body chute. They had to bring bodies down because people were dying on a daily basis. So to keep their morale up, they would kind of hide bringing the bodies down and not really talking about it. It was really awful.
A tunnel.
So that's why it's such an active place, and it's so, really interesting to go there and, learn about it and check it out for yourself.
Wow. You were like full of life. I don't have to say your age. I'm 44. I feel like you're younger than me, but either way, you're like between making movies and going to the woods, and then, wow, your knowledge of these places, Sarah, that's fucking impressive.
Well, I did, like I said, I did graduate from the Halloween capital of the world. So,
well, yes. And
that explains everything.
That the serial killer shit that you're learning about the criminal head.
I could even talk about that. Like,
we will, but real quick. That's that rocket shot. That was us. You just like came right over. I'm like, holy shit. She's like, you were cool as fuck. And I was gonna say, with you being into the criminal justice stuff, who's your favorite serial killer? Who's your most involved?
Well,
guess.
Because this specific, I don't want to say favorite, but because, a lot of films came from this specific, and technically he's not a serial killer, but from this particular individual, Ed Gein.
Oh,
and Ed Gein is from Plainfield, Wisconsin. A few serial killers came from Wisconsin. What's up with that cheese state?
Packers suck.
But Psycho, the movie Psycho was inspired by Ed Gein, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So, you got these classic films that, kind of was spawned from that. I do have to say, if you guys ever go to Vegas, go to Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum.
I've heard it's pretty wild up there. I heard it's got some real good shit.
You have to go. Like, the hype is real. It is freaking
I heard
awesome.
Ed Gein's pot is there. His big pot, like a witch pot.
Yes.
That's true.
But I think Joe told me that was debunked or something. Like the cauldron. There was like some, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the story is with that, but no, that museum is freaking awesome. I went like 2 months ago and I was just like, I got to go back. This is so cool.
Dude, coming to Maine to do the Stephen King tour, doing the Zach Bagans thing. Yeah, you live this shit. I'm going to go 5:10. We'll go a little bit over if you don't mind, because I got some more questions. I want to ask you a simple one that I ask everybody, but it's a fun one. Favorite band? Give me a couple.
Oh.
Favorite music? Favorite type? I know you like rock, metal, but what do you got?
Number 1, Killswitch Engage.
Shut the fuck up. I fucking met Howard Jones. I told him to scream. I got a picture with Howard Jones, a black dude. Oh, and Adam Dukowitz, a guitarist. I got a picture. I smoked a bowl with him. I
believe that.
Shut the fuck up. Killswitch Engage. I love them. No one ever says them,
I did one of their music videos.
You're what? You're in one of them?
Yes. It's
not Holy Diver.
No, it's I'm like brain farting everything.
What the fuck? You're in a Killswitch Engage video.
Yeah, I mean it's a quick. It's a quick scene.
Arms of Sorrow.
No, it's from their last album.
Oh, Jesse Leach got back. The new singer.
I Am Broken Too.
I gotta watch that now. Fuck me. That's amazing.
You'll see the blonde in there. That's me.
Oh, Sarah French signed my fucking picture. She's in a Kill Switch video. That's
Which
your
was
fucking
so cool.
wow.
Being a huge fan, like to get that small role, I was like over the moon. So Kill Switch Engage is a huge one for me, and
What?
and Oceans of Slumber.
Ooh.
It's a really, really beautiful melodic metal band. They're based out of Texas. Really wonderful people. Joe and I are good friends with them, and they're so like the music just like speaks to me. It's one of those things, you know, you get the same with Kill Switch, their music speaks to me. And you know, for actors, sometimes you need music plays a big part in everybody's life. And for me personally, as an actor, you know, sometimes when you need to tap into something really emotional, so you put on music. And one of the songs from Kill Switch is like a song that I like to play to help me tap into, you know, an emotional moment on screen.
They're gonna be in the soundtrack of one of your next movies or something. They're gonna have to be in the movie. The background or something.
Great.
That'd be fucking dope. You have good movie soundtrack. It's really, I mean, it's fucking good shit. I know you're not pushed like Halloween, The Big Dogs, Friday the 13th, but for an independent actress, what you do, if you watch this shit, guys, go to Tubi, Tubi. I swear by Tubi. It's probably the best fucking channel there is. Everything's free.
You can most of my like newer films are all on there, so you can watch them all for free.
I saved them all, gave them all thumbs up. Oh yeah, you know that shit.
Yay!
And then I watch it because I want to at least make sure the thumbs up. Obviously, I want to grow teeth. I got to. But fucking Blind is freaky. Don't watch it alone with the lights off. Even a big burly guy like me and Maine, I'm just like, okay.
Oh, and I was going to say with Blind, definitely, if those of you who haven't seen it, please check it out. It's such a beautiful film. It's really creepy. It's unsettling.
It is. It's beautiful. It is beautiful, but it's fucking...
And just know, and I don't know if you know this, Adam, but we did shoot a sequel.
Blind 2?
Yeah, it's called Pretty Boy.
Oh, that's the fucking mask. It's a pretty boy mask. His eyes, and it looks like a human. Shut the front door. When's that
sequel is coming, and it's coming out through Lionsgate. And we're hoping for a release early next year, so we'll see.
Let's plug some shit. What else you got going on? We got about 10 minutes left, 5-10 minutes left.
So we got Blind, Pretty Boy. Definitely check out Space Wars, Quest for the Deep Star. It's so much fun. If you're a fan of sci-fi, old school 90s style, you know, Michael Paray's in it, myself, Olivier Gagneur, who's an action star from the 80s. That one was so much fun. Joe wrote the script to that. Of course I do all my own stunts, which was amazing. That's why I say, like, I have to make sure I'm always, you know, taking care of myself because I love doing stunt work. It's so much fun.
You love being 100% involved in everything you do.
I do. And that leads us to our production company. Being able to be in front of the camera and behind the camera, it's such a special thing, and it makes you appreciate this industry so much more because there's so much hard work involved into making a film. To bringing it to life, to fruition, it's very hard work, and a lot of people don't work in the industry. They don't know what it's like. So you really have to be, you know, it's really great to be able to be a part of that process from beginning to end and throughout, you know, all of it. So yeah, please check out That's a Wrap. That's our slasher. 90 style, super fun. It's a horror comedy.
I'm watching the beginning of it. They go, "That's a wrap." They're all done the shoot. I'm like, wait a minute. They're talking about That's a Wrap in That's a Wrap. Like they're making the movie That's a Wrap. Then what a mind fuck. And then I'm just trying. And then Tom Savini, and then you, and I'm just like, wow. Okay, I got to go back and rewatch it honestly, but it's free.
You might pick up on some extra things that you didn't the first time.
Mind blowing. And
then I did I worked on a cartoon earlier this year called Isla Monstro. That's going to be announced, I think, coming up soon. So that was a lot of fun, being able to be in a cartoon.
Oh, voiceover of a cartoon. What a bucket list thing. That's dope.
And I love it because it's hilarious. It's the the comedy is very much like South Park, Futurama. You know, it's very like just balls to the wall, crass, funny.
Keep me posted. You know, I'll share the shit out of it. I'm your friend on Facebook. Been your friend for a while now. You've been so awesome. I think I followed you on Instagram and shit too. I'm not on there much. But as soon as that comes out, I will share it in all my stuff. I'll talk about it on my podcast. I'd love to promote it. I think I'm a fan. And I'm not doing it to kiss your ass. I have no reason to. You were nice to me, but I could be like, yeah, your movies suck. But no, your movies are pretty fucking cool. You have an all-star cast. You feel the like, dude, you legit seem like you're blind. And it's just weird because the voice box thing with the first guy, and just fucking check out Blind, Blind. It's not hard. You see a guy with a mask. I believe it's on the cover. It's got like a blonde hair mask, right? That's the cover photo.
Yes.
The dude's yeah.
Yep. And then do I have the mask? I had the mask around here somewhere. I can't remember.
Oh, stop.
We actually have. Oh no, it's in the living room. We have a full size pretty boy standing in the.
That'll be when he comes out. I want to watch it. Real quick too. I have my picture that you were in Paradise City, of course, the Ouija house, which I got to see. The Day of in the Living Dead, which is killer, kind of a spin-off there. So
yeah, man, I mean, those were, you know, those were all fun movies to do, but you know, I don't have as big a part in those, but the newer ones within the last, I would say,
you've grown
6 years. I have, you know, pretty good.
Like you said earlier, you kind of took the baby steps, but now you're leading actress, motherfucker. What?
Damn right.
Yes.
It's been quite the journey, I'll tell you that.
You've shed your skin. You've taken your bumps and bruises, and I'm sure, I don't know you that well, but I'm sure you fucking paved the road. We're a little over. Is that cool? We go another 5-10 minutes? Is that all right? Just to go over?
Sure.
I know it's an hour. I hate to be. I'm just having fun. I'm sitting here in Maine. My girl's a couple hours. I'm getting buzzed. And I got a couple more questions because I really want to, before I get you next time, I want to figure this out. Let me see. I had the questions, and see, that's what I get for smoking during the show. Where do you see yourself next year, Sarah? Do you see yourself doing like maybe a TV series, maybe doing obviously more movies, maybe a Stephen King movie? There's always putting Stephen King movies out. Would that be a bucket list for you, being in a King movie?
Yeah, for sure. That would be a bucket list.
That'd be fucking amazing.
Also, John Carpenter. I'm a big John Carpenter fan.
Really?
I got to help out on. He shot a few music videos here in LA a few years back when he was doing his tour. He did. He was doing different tours, playing the Halloween music, and then he had, you know, he was doing instrumental music as well. I helped work on 2 of his music videos, so that was cool. I was one of the first. It was actually one of the shooting days. I was there, and we were in the studio, and he comes down, and his son's there too because his son's in his band too.
Oh, what?
He came down, and it was actually his birthday. And I found that out before he came down, and I was the first person to wish him happy birthday.
Did you see what Marilyn Monroe did to Kennedy? Happy birthday, Mr. Carpenter.
His wife was there, so I don't know if she would have.
I guess not, Sarah. Well, that's the actress with you. Hey, my sponsor, Donnie Green, nice hat, checking in. The guy that drove the truck in Pet Sematary, fellow actor. Donnie was in the movie Pet Sematary. I'm sure you must know Stephen King. You know Donnie.
Oh, hell yeah. Adam, I think I lost you. We lost Adam.
Am I there?
You made it.
Ah, shit. Fucking Wi-Fi. Woodsy's all red. The woods of Maine. I tell you, it's my modest little trailer. I live by, and the fucking squirrels quit running this. So I got my phone as a backup. Sweet. There I am. You can't kill me now.
No.
I wanted to end the show properly. I know it's getting towards the end. It held up for the whole hour. I'm lucky.
But we did get lucky.
We did. That's cool. I appreciate that. I'm sitting on the couch like a schlub. I got my cactus next to me. I was feeling, I don't know, I got out of work and I get this drip now. I'm like congested. So I was like, I hope they don't hear me sniffle during the show.
Is it snowing over there yet?
It did 2 weeks ago. We got 2 inches, but it's going to be about the 20s tonight. Get the heat. Oh, yeah. I get the heat.
It's coming for you.
Well, check it out. I'm going to show you real quick. I'll show you my leaves have all fell.
Oh, that's one thing I miss is the seasons. But we get seasons here too.
There's all the
not
leaves.
as extreme. Oh.
No. You got all the leaves down. I got a fire pit. My 2 cars. I ended up, after the car accident, I ended up being homeless. But then we sold my mom's house when she passed. So I bought the trailer, fully furnished, 20 grand. Nice wood right there. I live in the hood of Maine. I only pay $300 a month rent. It's cheap. 300. 100, not 1,000. 100. Not to brag, but
you can't even like rent a freaking dumpster
dude,
for $300 here.
I live in a town of a population about 1,200 in my town. 1,200. Very tiny town in Maine. Very tiny. We have one store and Dunkin' Donuts. That's it. One weed place.
Remind me, in Maine, there is a lighthouse up there. It's a specific light. It's like a famous lighthouse, and you can see like it's famous for you can see something to do with the sun setting or I can't remember, but I went there when I went to Maine, and it was just one of the coolest, most beautiful.
There's Portland Headlight in Cape Elizabeth too. It's painted like a candy cane.
Okay. Yeah,
well, you like all that shit. But, you don't have a limit.
I love it. And I love visiting there. And I'm definitely going to again. Hopefully
please. I'm not trying to be a stalker, but if you come up, I'd love to give you my own tour. If we can find some cool things out, different things. I'd love to show you a tour, at least meet you. Maybe, I don't know, I'd be fucking a blast to meet Joe and you again.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys go up to Maine, hit us up. Or even other places. There's different other places around Maine. Like Thinner, the movie Thinner was shot in Belfast when they have like the fair rides and stuff, and the guy gets a curse on him with a gypsy chick, and she goes, "Bah!" That's in Belfast, Maine. Yeah.
Oh, Thinner. How cool is that?
Thinner. Remember the gypsy?
Oh yeah, so creepy. I love it.
So Sarah French, we're running out of time, but Scarlet Salem, you've been a blast. People can find your IMBD, I'm sorry. And they can find your movies all over the place. You must have you're going to have some stuff working on soon, I would think, with a new company as far as website or something.
Eventually we might, but for now, you can find me on Facebook at Sarah French. You can find me on Instagram at Sarah French Online. And then you can also find me on Twitter, Scarlet_Salem.
You still got the Twitter handle.
That's do.
That's dope. That's dope. I've been on Twitter in years, but I remember I followed you years ago. I probably still do. I just don't go on.
It's nice because not everyone is on all of them, so it's nice to be open to different ones.
It is nice. And I think it's more platforms are better if it's all free.
Yeah, exactly.
So I usually end the show with asking my guests if they got a question for me. Is there anything you'd like to ask me before we go?
What is your favorite band?
Ooh, that's a good one. I grew up on the Beatles because of my mom. I love Pearl Jam, my teen angst in the early 90s. But I really... Oh! I'm back on my computer. There we go. There we go. Kind of. Yeah, I'll just look at my phone.
There you are.
Stupid. I'd say Slipknot. I've been to Iowa. I've seen the drummer's gravesite. I've been to the spots where Corey Taylor grew up, all that stuff. And I think Slipknot's really helped me in times. I used to work at LL Bean. I listen to Slipknot at third shift all fucking night. So Slipknot's big. I know it's the teen angst. It's commercialized because I love all the deep shit too. Like I've met Peter Steele from Typo Negative.
Oh, yep. Big
Yes,
fan.
Peter Steele. Everything Dies, Christian Woman. Black
Did you
number
ever
one.
read his book? Or not? It wasn't
Oh,
his book, but it was the book on him.
really?
It was very insightful.
God,
I
is there
thought it
anything
was
you
well
don't
done.
fucking know? Oh
Yeah.
my God, what the epic guess. You know about Peter Steele getting an autobiography book. You're
Yeah.
schooling me on the shit.
I'm a huge Typo Negative fan too. Huge. Yeah,
I
have
knocked
been
on
for
his door at the
years.
hotel. He answered the door on his phone. He goes, "Can I get you?" He signed the back of my ice cream coupon I had. I still got it in a frame somewhere. He put Peter Steele with a circle and a negative sign through it, like a minus sign.
Oh,
And then he died 5 years later, son of a bitch.
I know. Awful.
Oh, that's too bad. So you like a lot. I think we like a lot of the same shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't mind old school Frank Sinatra. I don't mind that stuff too.
I love
Perry
that.
Como. But I mean, at the same time, I have nothing like getting down with some gore. Or I went to Dave Brocky's grave in Virginia. He's buried at Hollywood Cemetery with the Richmond Vampire and two presidents. If you ever
Oh,
go to Richmond, Virginia,
wow.
yeah, check it out. He's got a big plaque of him, and it's him in his suit with his spikes on it and his big dick sticking out, the
Oh,
phalluses or whatever. And it's
I
like they're
love
in a big.
that.
Oh,
Oh.
so Sarah French, you promised me next time I can probably get you and Joe together.
Yes, we'll have to figure something out for sure.
Okay. Like I said, it'll be past the holidays. We'll get through the holidays first. That's tough. Maybe like February of next year or something. I mean,
Yeah, like I
as
said,
long as you don't go.
we're going to be
Oh,
announcing something next month, so definitely keep your eyes and ears open. And we're cranking out films left and right, so we're very excited about the future, and just keep up to date with us.
busy bees. That's what you do in life. You sit still, it's stagnant. Shit goes wrong. You got to be moving. You're in great shape.
Damn
You
right.
guys have your great love together, and you're both working on projects together. And I think that's what makes it really close. Is like me and my girlfriend, we do Paracons together. I think
Yeah,
doing things as a team is what separates. You know what I mean? So
it's really nice, especially when you work very well together and complement each other and support one another, which is the biggest.
that's the key. Plus, he's huge. He's like your fucking bodyguard. Let's face it.
Right.
You could take a couple of fists if you had to. So, Sarah French, Scarlet Salem. I've chewed up a fucking hour and a half of your time on a Friday night here, wasted your time. Hopefully, you don't block me after this. I feel like this is awesome.
No way.
I feel like we get to know each other. I want to call you a friend now, and I get your back. Anything you put out, I'll support. I'll look for you for Paracons next year to get you down here to sign. And whenever you get out, I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna share it, and you're gonna hear my real thoughts on it. But I'm gonna tell you,
Yay!
I'm pumped. So
I
seriously,
can't
Sarah,
wait.
thank you for your fucking time. Like I can't believe I'm talking this whole hour to you.
Thank
Surreal.
you, Adam. You're amazing, and I can't wait to do it again.
Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. This will be up on the YouTube channel, Historically Haunted, tomorrow. I'll tag it on Facebook. Tag Sarah. Guys, be cool. Go check her out. Check out all her projects. It's gonna make your head spin, like I said. So see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.